Our founders knew that at some day we would need to rebalance back in terms of their intended balance of powers. Both the balance of powers in Washington between the Supreme Court and the Senate and House and the presidency, but more importantly, rebalance the relationship of the federal government to the states. And if you look at Article 1, Section 8, you look at the enumerated powers that were granted to the federal government, and what it says in there is everything else is left to the people and the states.
Right.
And we're far away from that.
Yep.
Visiting with legislators, just your own legislators don't get to decide real issues on education, because 67% of the funding comes from the federal government with mandates on it and rules. Your legislators don't get to decide how you'll build highways, because the federal government mandates how you build highways. But if you build highways, the exact same highway with your own money, it costs 33% less. So last year, 88,000 pages of new regulations, which are law, came out of the bureaucracy without a vote of Congress ever once on it. So I decided I was going to spend the rest of my life using what our founders said was the legitimate tool for fixing the problems in front of our country. And that's an Article 5 convention, very straightforward, 3 simple things. Limit the scope and jurisdiction of the federal government, balance the budget using a generally accepted accounting principles, no more government accounting, and finally put term limits not only on federal representatives, but on the judiciary as well. So those are all accomplished. We filed that in 37 states. 2 states already this year have passed it. This is only the second year of this. We're now at 6. We'll end up being 12 to 15 by the time the legislative session's over this year. Next year we'll get 10 to 12. We're going to keep doing this till we get to the requisite 34. And we will take back our country, and we'll do it in a way that our founders gave us, that will actually secure the liberty for us that was once ours and now stolen, and that also the liberty for our children and our grandchildren. So I want to thank you again for being here. It's important. You're more important than I am in this fight. You actually making the contact, delivering the message to your legislators, and making them think about what they've given up. The fact is they don't get to really decide much anymore. And our founders intended that they be the deciders, not one judge out of the 9-judge panel decide everything that's happening in this country. So I would hope that you would spend the time today delivering these petitions. If you get a chance to talk with your legislators, talk with them, tell them why it's important to you, their family, our families. And if you read this sign behind me, what you have to ask is the freedom that they fought and died for still available to us? And if not, is it not time that we have the courage to do what we can do to restore that freedom? Thank you very much.